Welcome to my channel. It's NK here once again. I'm so glad to see you guys here once again. Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. What's up, guys? Are you good? How are you? How is your family, your friends, your loved ones, work, school, your spiritual health? How are you doing today? Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to our book reading challenge, day 68. And we are on the book Attitude is Everything by Jeff Keller. All right, so for those of you who are curious about his face, well, here he is. Jeff Keller. Jeff Keller. Okay, so guys, we started this book yesterday. Glory to God. It's our fourth book. And I'm so glad, I'm so happy to be doing this with you guys. I encourage you guys to join this challenge. I mean, book reading is a great hobby to pick up. Okay, it's a great hobby to pick up. I mean, you are not just learning something new for yourself, you're learning for those around you. Okay, so I actually had a conversation with my brother today, and I don't know where all the all the speech, the motivational words were coming from. I mean, he's in his final year in his in the university for his bachelor's degree, and he's stressed. He has been telling me that about how stressful it was, planning for the next phase of his life. And I just kept speaking positive words, trying to tell him that he cannot give up. He is someone who has the right to be successful, who can be successful, and for him to believe in himself, and for him to trust in God and draw strength from God. So I kept, it just kept coming and coming. I mean, the words were just coming, and it just, I just remembered all the things that I've learned, in our past books, and how to win friends and influence people, the power of your subconscious mind, think and grow rich. I mean, so what am I trying to say? You're not just learning, you're not just reading, okay? You're not just expanding your knowledge just for you or for your sake. You're doing it for those around you. Okay, if I did not have that knowledge that I gained, I don't think I would be able to give him that advice. Okay, so thank God. I mean, after that, we prayed together, and I was just so fulfilled. I felt so satisfied that yes, we did something good together. I mean, for a while, we had not done that before. I don't think we've ever done that ever since he entered college. So I was so happy we did that, and I felt like it gave him hope. I felt that he was, re-energized, reinvigorated. So, and I really pray that that continues. I pray he doesn't give up. Okay. So, and I'm really praying for myself as well, that God strengthens me, to continue to motivate myself, my siblings, and my friends, those around me. Those around me. So thank God for that amazing experience. So guys, book reading is a habit you can pick up. Okay, don't think you can't do it. Like I told you, I've always wanted to do this for a long time. Always wanted to do it for a long time, but I was just, skeptical. I was like doubtful. I procrastinated. And those are those are symptoms of poverty. Those are symptoms of mediocrity. So we have to be careful. You have to be careful. I mean, that's why with this challenge, a chapter a day keeps ignorance away, right? So that's our slogan for the challenge. So it's not all about you just trying to read the whole book in 1 day, in 2 days, in 3 days, and at the end of the day you're just focused on completing it without gaining anything from it. Okay, that shouldn't be the focus. That's why we are on one chapter a day. Okay, so you read a chapter a day, you reflect on it, you ask yourself questions. Okay, you jot down some points. Okay, that you can be able to return back to and remind yourself of later in the future. Okay, so I feel like a little step does more than you just trying to do it all at once at a goal without and you don't gain anything out of it. So someone might think, oh, one chapter a day, that's dumb, that's lazy. That's their view, but you are gaining something. I mean, we are on day 68 and 4 books later. So okay, so no one will want to support you at the beginning, but by the time you keep making progress, you would see how they would want to, they start peeping and start trying to, ask questions. Wow, they want to be interested. Okay, so challenge yourself, invest in your mind, learn something new. Okay, for me, it's limited screen time for me. Okay, for me, it's therapy. Okay, so for me, it's trying to make my food digest after my dinner. Okay, there's so many perks to it. Okay, it can be personal, it can be, you know anything, but there's so many advantages to it actually. Okay, but you have to pick it up, you have to decide. Okay, life is a choice, success is a choice, poverty is a choice, procrastination is a choice. Okay, everything is your choice, so it's best you make the good ones. All right, so Attitude is Everything by Jeff Keller. Yesterday, we started with the introduction, okay, just to learn about why he, published the book, and, he gave a little story about himself and how he started to being a motivational speaker. So he was once a lawyer and he had practiced law for about 10 years. Wow. Can't believe I remembered that. Maybe because it's so relatable. It's really relatable. So he had practiced for about 10 years, and you know how the maybe you don't know, I don't know, but I've watched a lot of movies on law, and we have defense attorneys, we have prosecutors, we have judges, we have ah, yeah, it can be so demanding. I mean, when I watch movies, have you watched Suits? I mean, the law job is crazy. So, you have pressures from clients, you have pressure from the bosses, you have pressure from courts, you have pressure from everywhere, So he became frustrated. He became almost depressed. He couldn't sleep at night, and he even felt something was wrong with him physically. He had to go to the doctors, and the doctors were like, nothing is wrong with you. And he ended up, realizing that this is mental. This is something, there's something going on with my mind. I need to get myself together. I hope you didn't get that, what I was about to say there, but anyway, so he was watching an info, commercial one night, and I think the info commercial was about, they were advertising like a mental health program or a success habits program, something like that, and he decided to sign up for the program. Yeah, I think it was a class or a program, a course or something. He decided to sign up for it, and he began to learn, some courses about, motivational speaking, from negative to positive, wealth mindset, success mindset, all those things like that. And before he knew it, it was like he was brought back to life. He became alive again, and he began to think, he began to do some introspection, some self-reflection, and he discovered that he needed a turnaround. He needed a turnaround of career, and he turned around. He gave up his law career, although it took a long time, but he gave up his law career and picked up motivation of speaking. So he would do motivational talks in colleges, students in schools. They would invite him, he would get paid for. So that was what he started doing, and that was how he, became a motivational speaker and ended up writing this book, Attitude is Everything. So I feel like this book is based on his personal experience. and what he had learned, so far. Yeah, so that's just in a nutshell of, so he says that, apart from you thinking positive and you speaking positive, you also have to act positively. Okay, so don't just say, oh, I'm gonna make it, oh, I'm gonna be successful, oh, I'm gonna be the richest woman on earth. Don't just think and speak it. You need to act on those words. Okay, so you can't keep thinking and speaking positively and you're lazy and you don't want to get up from that bed and go work. you know Working doesn't have to be a 9 to 5 job. It can be studying. Okay, studying for, to acquire a better skill or to improve your skills. It can be studying, it can be working. As long as you're doing something, you're acting on those words, acting on those affirmations, acting on those desires. Okay, so there's no laziness. There's no room for procrastination here. There's no room for mediocrity here. Okay, there's no room for quitting. Okay, there's no room for quitting because quitters never win and winners never quit. Okay, yeah. So first of all, we have to change our attitude. Okay, the first step is our thoughts, our thought process. So if you're the kind of person who wants to have that success mindset, okay, you want to be successful, you want to be wealthy, okay, you need to change your thinking patterns from negative to positive. All right, so guys, we are going to, so this book actually is divided into 3 parts. Okay, we have success begins in the mind, which we're starting the part 1, and in the part 1 there are about maybe 2 or 3 lessons or principles to learn from there. Yeah, so today we're going to be starting with the first principle. Okay, the first principle. All right, lesson 1. So I'll go off mic. I encourage you to pick a book and learn something new today, because a chapter a day keeps ignorance away. All right, I'll talk to you soon. back. Okay. Yes. So this first chapter or the first lesson on success starts with your mind, begins with in your mind or in the mind. The first lesson is all about your attitude is the window to the world. Okay, your attitude is your window to the world. Better keep yourself clean and bright. You are the window through which you must see the world. George Bernard Shaw. Interesting. So this lesson for today, okay, has to do with how you can be, how you can clean your window, your mental window that has been stained with negativity, with criticism, with the stresses of life. It has been stained with a lot. So it's time to begin to clean your mental window. Okay, now there are the differences between someone who has a negative attitude and someone who has a positive attitude, according to Jeff Keller. A person with a negative attitude thinks I can't. Positive attitude thinks I can. Negative attitude dwells on problems. Positive attitude concentrates on solutions. Negative attitude finds fault with others. Positive attitudes look for the good in others. Negative attitude focuses on what's missing. Positive attitude counts his or her blessings. Negative attitude sees limitation. Positive attitudes sees possibilities. Okay, so your attitude is your window to the world. If your window to the world, which is your mental window, you, if it is stained, you won't be able to see clearly. You won't be able to go through life clearly. Okay, so you need to clean your mental window. Okay, all those criticisms, negativities that have stained your window, I feel like your window can be your eyes. It can be. Okay, so the criticisms, the negativities have made you so hopeless, have made you frustrated, have made you, that from that happy person, that cheerful, jovial person, to a more secluded, withdrawn, isolated person. Okay, so your attitude is your window to the world. How are you looking at your life right now? What is your attitude towards your life right now? What is your attitude towards people right now? Towards the world right now? Okay, so start with a clean mental window. That is what Jeff Keller says. Okay, he gives example of the kids, the young kids, the young children. Okay, they're always laughing, they're always giggling, they always have a sunny disposition towards life. They always want to explore new things, right? Now, also says consider the attitude of a child who is trying to walk, a toddler who is trying to find his balance. Okay, for a toddler, when a toddler stumbles, if a toddler stumbles while walking, he doesn't blame anyone, he doesn't shout at anyone, he doesn't scream, all he tries to do is get up. He tries again. Okay, he tries again. So that is the attitude you must have. Okay, you might think that, oh, he's a baby, he doesn't know anything, nothing, he hasn't experienced life. Of course not. But Jeff Keller says, why not adopt a baby mindset? Okay, just how a baby's mind is free and clean. That's what he meant. Okay, yeah. So you can't always control circumstances, but you can control your own thoughts. Okay? The problem is the debt keeps building up, and all too many people don't do anything about it. They continue to go through life with a filthy window. They lose their enthusiasm, they get frustrated and depressed. So he said that was the road he was traveling down. Remember, I gave you a summary of his story, Jeff Keller. He said, I had a dirty window when I was an attorney, and the longer I stayed in that field, the filthier my window got. I saw no possibilities. How could I? My window was splattered with the mud of negativity. Okay, so he asks you right now, do you see what I mean when I say that attitude is your window to the world? Can you appreciate how your attitude affects the way you see everything in your life? More importantly, are you beginning to see those areas where your window needs to be washed? Okay, so he's not saying that it's something that is easy, okay, but the choice is yours. You either choose to start on a clean slate with a clean mental window, or you continue where you have always been, you know, negative and hopeless and frustrated and depressed and mad at everyone and mad at the world, you know, and mad that you are even alive, or mad at God. Okay, you're not gonna get anything from that, because no matter how much you rant and rant and rant and scream and cry, no one will listen to you, no one will care. You have to be you have to be the one to decide, okay, this isn't working for me. I mean, you are even going to incur physical illnesses upon you if you keep thinking negatively, because something that we learned from, you know, Think and Grow Rich, what you think is what you create. Okay, so the choice is yours. What are you going to choose? Attitude is everything. It's either going to be a negative everything for you or a positive everything for you. So which attitude would you choose? Okay, yeah, so that's all for today. That's all for today. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me on our challenge today. We're still in the book Attitude is Everything by Jeff Keller. Okay, so I encourage you to get the book. I mean, I purchased it from Amazon and it reached me in about 2 to 3 days. Okay, so you can purchase it, you know, even if you want to go to a bookstore, you can get it. I'm sure you can get a book, this book, or something related to this book. Okay, yeah, so join us. I encourage you to join us in our book reading challenge. I start this challenge every day by 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Okay, because that's where I am. I'm in India right now. So if you feel like the timing is not convenient for you and you'd like us to adjust it, I am willing to compromise that. I'm willing to adjust it. If I find someone who is willing to take up this challenge, I will sacrifice my timing. Okay, so please feel free to share in the comment section if you've got books you'd like to recommend also for our next read. Right, feel free to share in the comment section as well. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'll see you tomorrow same time. Tomorrow will I be here? I'm not sure I'm going to be here tomorrow because I'm going to be on Facebook. Yeah, I've got a book review there. So if you don't see me, then you're going to see me on Sunday. But till then, take care. God be with you and yours. And do not forget, your mind is formidable. God bless you. Bye.